Full complement of receivers today as well. Mike Evans is good to go, dealing with that hamstring tweak. Mayfield down the middle. He's got a first down with the catch by Chris Godwin. Out past the 40-yard line to the 43. Here he comes. Mayfield floats it up top, looking for Rashad White out of the backfield. Good effort. Alex Anzalone there to defend, and it sets up fourth down.
Playing the position and where he's at in this offense.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is back, and he's got space. And he's got a first down out across the 20-yard line. A crucial first down to get when you're backed up. He picks up 11.
You know Dan Campbell's going to test them and see if they're ready.
Goff has a man on the out route, and it's a connection with his excellent rookie tight end. Sam Laporta already has 26 catches this year.
Rover.
And a Todd Bowles blitz is on its way. Goff floats it out incomplete. Pinned inside his own 10 to start this series. Off a fake, off a pump, a deflection, and a pick. It belongs to Detroit. Will Harris ends up with the interception. Bucks bring pressure. It's a give, and Montgomery's got nowhere to go. Big Vita Vea is there to close it out. Riley Patterson field goal try to get on the board. That's an impressive stand by the Bucks defense. Just 3 on the rush. Mayfield finds a man in space, and he's got a first down to Payne Durham, the rookie tight end, with his first grab. Lions bring 4. Mayfield. He's done a lot of this season, scrambling out, and he's going to get shoved by Aiden Hutchinson. Line to gain is the 35. Blitz from the Bucks. Down the middle, the pass goes. It is caught by St. Brown. 3rd and 2. Bucks bring pressure. Goff throws. Laporta cannot hold on. Had the linebacker Levante David in a nice matchup there in coverage. 4-man rush. Mayfield gets rid of it quickly to Godwin for a first down. Lions bring 4 again. Mayfield drills one down the seam. He's got a first down to Evans. No, it's incomplete. Never had possession of it before he made that football move. On the slant, short of the line to gain. Good job by Jamel Dean to hold on to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Holds him about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. From the 42. And a handoff for Rashad White. Nice spin, and he works into Lion territory with a gain of about 8. Let's check in with Pam down on the field. Pam. Lions are bringing some serious pressure this time. Mayfield loading up downfield. He connects. Toss play. Here's Vaughn. He's got an alley, and he breaks ahead before Levi Onwuzurike brings him down. 3rd and 3. 4-man rush. Mayfield looking for the slant, and it was nearly picked by Jerry Jacobs. He got the inside. So both defenses continue to make stands deeper in their own territories. This will be a 33-yard try for Chase McLaughlin, and he just snuck it inside off of the upright. As he and the Lions have just 1 first down on their last 3 drives. Montgomery with very good blocking on cue, has a first down and a little bit more. Goff on 2nd down. Beautiful throw up the seam for Josh Reynolds.
He's getting close. That's Kalijah Cansey right there inside again.
So they go outside with St. Brown. Good block by Reynolds that time, and St. Brown with a good gain as he takes it for about 7 yards to set up 2nd down and short. Under pressure, Goff was protected. St. Brown has it. Needs to get to the 14-yard line, and he will. Craig Reynolds through the big block, and St. Brown works all the way downfield for the touchdown. So now Baker Mayfield looking for a response. Off the fake, on the slant, he connects. It's the tight end, Cade Otton. Just a 4-man rush, and it's deflected away. Goff Loads it up, through behind Josh Reynolds, who makes the adjustment, as he often has for his quarterback. He gets the first down out to the 4. And they'll do it again. 2 extra men this time, and Goff goes down. Levante David with the sack. Trying to spread the Tampa Bay defense out. Here's Reynolds. Cuts it back to the inside for a big play. And he's into Tampa Bay territory inside the 45. Divine Ozigbo is in for his first offensive snap of the game. And they'll give it to him. Just the 29th touch of his NFL career in 4 years, and this one is good for a first down.
Converting some of the 3rd and longs.
Goff over the middle. Laporta cannot hold on. It was nearly picked by White. Carlton Davis had the coverage on the Detroit tight end, and it brings up 4. And Patterson unable to connect. Gets his best starting field position of the day from the 42. Can he do something with it? He does here. It's Godwin. Down to the 35 of Detroit. 23 yards to the 6-year veteran out of Penn State. The longest Tampa Bay play of the day at 23 yards. Off the fake, Mayfield. On the comeback route, he's got Evans. And here comes Detroit with an extra man on the blitz. Mayfield towards the sticks. It's incomplete, but a flag is thrown on the near side of the field, inside the 5. On the opposite side of the field. Ooh, that one had a little bit of late hook to it. Curving back in. So it'll be Reynolds as the lead back the rest of the way. 3rd and 4. Goff scanning, throwing, and it is caught. St. Brown gets sandwiched by Davis and Dean, but holds on at the 44. Goff finds a receiver in Raymond, and he's right back at the sticks at the 46 of Tampa Bay. Goff looking deep, wants it all. Jamison Williams looking for the ball. Got it! Touchdown! Trying to let the guys make plays in space. Letting Goff cook a little bit this season. Mayfield scrambling. And Mike Evans. Lions bring an extra man, and Mayfield frustrated. He threw to the vacated spot trying to find Vaughn, and Kirby Joseph, who came. Deep drop for Goff. Looking deep down the middle. He's got a man again. Quick out this time, and a good job holding on by Marvin Jones Jr., who's been quiet the last few games, but he moves the chains on a gain of 5. Here come the Bucs on a blitz. Goff has it deflected at the line of scrimmage by Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. That time he drills it. But a key stop for Tampa Bay to keep this in a 2-touchdown game. 12 minutes to play in Tampa. Mayfield going to take a shot on 3rd and short for Palmer. Second time that it's just a little bit too long for him. Bucs only bring 4 this time. Goff to the sticks, and St. Brown, who's been the 3rd down star again for Detroit. Goff again into traffic. Goff, plenty of time, and this time Sam Laporta holds on to move the chains. Another big 3rd down here. Goff this time gets wrapped up by Kalijah Kancey. There's the first sack in Kancey's NFL career. The excellent rookie out of Pittsburgh brings up 4th down.
Special teams portion you in the deep part of the field and gives your defense a great opportunity.
Here's Evans, 1st down, trying to move past Anzalone. Stays out of inbounds though, could not get out. They'll run it. 4th and 4 on the slant, first down to Godwin in front of Harris. Anzalone has been as good as anybody in the field for Detroit today. Fresh set of downs, Mayfield climbing, throwing deep. Good job leaping into the air by Trey Palmer, the rookie out of Nebraska, the 6th-round pick. This defense continues to play excellent football. Mayfield deep down the middle, a good catch.
Trey Palmer out here. They've gone to him a couple times.
Mayfield's going to go deep for Otten. It's incomplete. They hold Tampa Bay to 6 points, 13 first downs, none on the ground, and 2 for 12 on 3rd down today.